welcome to today's tech tip. Today we're going to be talking about editing features as far as material side and flipping features based on some new short keys that we've added to the system. You'll want to be using version 733 or newer, so 733 or higher of Checkmate 14 for SolidWorks. Now, before we get into these, there's going to be a couple of things I've got to show you as far as settings go. But the keys that we've added here for the short keys are over on your keyboard over on the side where your number keypad is. We've programmed the plus key, the minus key, the / key, and the asterisk key or the star. And those four keys are what we're going to be reviewing today. So I'm going to start off, we have some circle measurements in here. We're going to look at those first. Now, since we're going to be talking about material side, the material thickness of this part happens to be 1 millimeter. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Checkmate programming defaults, and down in the bottom left you want to make sure that you have your material thickness setting here. This is a global setting. Set to the thickness of the part. So we're going to say we have it set to 1. So having said that, let's just take a quick look at these circles. You can see the small circle measurement here. It's actually flipped and it's going down the wrong direction. So you recall we already have a short key that will use the flip command, and that's the Alt key. So right now if I hold the Alt key down and click on the measurement, we get this pop-up saying, well, what do you want to flip? Do you want to flip the normal? Do you want to make it an inner from an outer, relative, non-rel, arc, or circle, all this kind of stuff? So we already had that command. I'm just going to cancel that. But that command has now been simplified and it's more automated using the / key over on your right-hand side on your numeric keyboard. So if I hold that / key down and then select the feature, it automatically just flips the normal. That's the purpose of it. Just a quick flipping of the normal in the opposite direction that it was in. So that's the first thing. That keeps it nice and simple. No pop-up menus. Now, if you look at this other hole that I've got, not only is it going down the wrong direction, but you can see the measurements are actually on the bottom of the material side. So we would need to flip that and raise it up the material. So first of all, I'm just going to show you kind of the tricky, the longer way, I suppose. And if we'll just use that / key that we just used for the other hole just to flip it. So if I just hold down the / over on my numeric keypad, you can see we flipped it, but it's still kind of on the wrong side of material. It's still kind of down into the bottom. And that's what the plus and minus keys are for. So if I use the plus key, it's going to move the feature up the material thickness. If I say minus, it'll go down the normal vector by the material thickness. So right now I'm just going to go over to my numeric keypad. I'm just going to hold the plus key down and I'm going to click on the feature. You can see it's moved up. It's now up to the top of the part where I want it to be. And just for fun, if I hit the minus, it'll go back down. In fact, if I hit the minus again, it goes down even lower. So let's hit the plus and bring it back up. There we go. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to hold down the / key and just flip this again. So it's kind of, that's where we started today with this video. And what I'm going to do is, this is actually a two-step process. We need to flip the normal vector, and then we need to move it. Once it's flipped, we need to move it up the normal vector by the material thickness, and that's what the asterisk key does. It does everything in one step. So if I hold the asterisk key down, you're going to see as soon as I click on the feature, not only did it flip the normal, so it's going up, but it's moved the measurement up the material thickness of that new normal. So if I go in here, let's just do a couple more examples here. And I'm just going to switch my view to, I have a side view of the part. I've got some plane measurements here on the side. and I'll just turn the shading off here so you can see. But in this part here, you can see these top two lines representing the material thickness of this little flange. So I'm going to do the same thing, just reviewing this, but with plane measurements. So this plane on the left is on the wrong side of the part. It's approaching from the bottom, so we need to have it approach from the top. And you can see the edge of it is, the very ends of the measurement are right on that top surface. So all we need to do is the standard flip. So I'm just going to hold the forward / key down, click on it, and there we go. It's perfect. Now this other one over here on the right hand side is the same thing as that large circle measurement we just dealt with. Even if I flip it and have the vectors going the other direction, it's still touching down on the bottom material thickness of the part, and I don't want that. So I need to flip it, and then I need it to go up the material thickness. So I could use the / key to flip it, and then use the plus key in the second step to move it up the material thickness, or I can do it all in one step, like I said, with the asterisk key. So if I hold the asterisk down and now I click it, you can see now it's flipped and gone up the material thickness. Hope this helps. Thanks a lot for watching.